Hello. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Happy November 4th, Wednesday. Hope you're all doing okay out there. Wild times. I wanted to hop on this morning to share an idea that I had, and welcome for those of you who may hop on live. And if you're watching the replay, I would love to hear your thoughts and comments and questions anytime. Please leave them below. If you want to learn more about who I am, you can check out the website that I've linked, and feel free to subscribe, because why not? I'm trying to hop on YouTube a bit more regularly and just share ideas that I hope are helpful for fellow coaches, particularly if you're newer in the coaching journey and really just starting to navigate what I call the Wild West of the coaching world. So I had this discovery call yesterday with a coach who was considering joining Misfit to Maverick, which is the membership space that I run. And she was telling me about being in some other programs where there was this big emphasis on, and I see this everywhere, this big emphasis on what I call everything but coaching. And if you've been following my work at all, you've probably heard me say that I've got this beef, this issue with what I call everything but coaching, that in order to coach, you first must fill in the blank. And I suspect something came to mind for you, right? You first must build a website, or you first must figure out a funnel, or create Facebook ads, or create content, or, set up social media, or get a certain number of followers. And I'm always fascinated when I see this at play, when I see new coaches say, all right, I'm a new coach. How do I create my first client? That's kind of one manifestation of that question. And the suggestions that roll in. Well, make sure you're getting set up on social media, and have you figured out, pick your niche. That is a huge one, that before you can start coaching, you got to pick a niche. And just all of these things that the coaching industrial complex, as I call it, is telling us that we need to figure out and master before we can start coaching. So I really was digging into this idea, and I'm like, what is it really that's on the other side of all that stuff? What's on the other side of that everything but coaching, black hole? And really, it's just like talking to people, right? You may have heard me say, I believe that conversations with other humans is the currency of practice, of application, of learning in coaching and being a coach. If you're a tennis player, you want to be hitting tennis balls. If you're a baker, you want to be baking stuff in the kitchen. If you are a coach, you want to be talking to people. Now, I've created other pieces of content out there around conversations, and maybe I'll come here and kind of share some more on that. But conversations are where we learn as coaches. And it's really important here, and the title of this video is around what is it that we want to focus on. I think one of the problems that coaches have, especially newer in the journey, is there is almost an obsession with the sale, with getting paid, with creating an offer and finding a niche. And if I just do all of these things, I will get paid for coaching. And that's just very narrow in its focus. It's almost like focusing on a pinprick within what is really a tapestry of things that you can be doing in your work. If you watched my video from yesterday, I'll link it below, around, creating a free museum. The thing that someone's going to pay you for as a coach is a souvenir in your coaching practice. It's one moment. It's a decision that's part of a much bigger, wider, more creative and immersive experience of who you are in your work. And so I think what I'm getting at, and what I'm processing and sorting through, is that there is so much more you can be focusing on as a coach than just getting hired and creating a paying client. You can be focusing on having conversations with other people, interviewing them, asking them about their lives, just getting curious, just listening. Just find 5 or 10 people who are willing to spend 15 minutes with you and listen to them. and just be present to what it is that they're going through, their journey. In Misfit to Maverick is a course that I teach called the Conversation Project, which shows you exactly what this looks like, what questions to ask and what to listen for. You can be creating free workshops or teaching lessons or sharing your point of view, showing up in the world and letting people in on what you believe and the tools you now have to support other people. All of that is accessible to you right now. And what it does is it just makes so much more colorful the experience of being a coach. And I want to challenge this idea that before you can do all that, you first have to create a paying client. I am operating from this space that by doing all of those things, by staying creative and having conversations and just being in a space of experimentation and adventure and trying things just for the sake of trying them, and again, most importantly, connecting with people and talking to them, that as a result of all of that, you will find clarity and the conversations that lead into paid coaching partnerships, that is not a requirement for the diverse, um, again, tapestry of what your coaching is. It's actually a result of your willingness to play in that space. So if all you've been thinking about is like, how do I create a client? What's my offer? How do I get paid? And what are all the things I need to figure out before I can do that? I want to invite you to simplify, to set that aside for a moment and ask yourself, well, what else is there that is a part of your work as a coach, the message that you want to share with even just one other person? And yeah, I hope this has perhaps given you something to think about. I would love to hear your insights, your questions. Please feel free to leave them in the comments. I will be following up with each one. And if you're looking for more focused support and guidance and an amazing community of coaches who are on a similar path as what I talk about, you can check out Misfit to Maverick. And yeah, I'll see you again next time. Be well.